Hey everyone, how's it going? AZREN here. Hope you guys are doing well. So as of today, I have 444 different subscribers on YouTube. And so as a way to celebrate, I'm going to do a bit of a 444 challenge. I don't know if challenge is the right word, but that's the word that's coming to mind. And so that's the one I'm going to stick with for now. Basically, I'm going to talk about 4 different languages that I'm very interested in learning and that I'm probably, if not definitely, going to learn at a very high level during my life at some point. I'll talk about 4 languages that I am very interested in, but probably will not actually learn. That phone ringing is very annoying. But 4 languages that I'm interested in, but will probably never actually get around to learning. And then we'll do 4 random facts about me to kind of wrap the video up. Now, start with the 4 languages I'm definitely going to learn, or at least probably going to learn at a very high level. They are Chinese, or Mandarin, which I'm currently working on right now. Arabic. I'll do Russian. I'll do Hindi, and I'll do Gujarati. So Arabic, Russian, Mandarin, Gujarati. That's 4, and I'm going to add a 5th anyway. Hindi will probably come along with Gujarati. So those are kind of the 5 languages that I'm like, yeah, that's really got to happen. Like, that's what I'm really most focused on. And I'm really excited, actually, to be honest, as I vlog everything on YouTube and Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook, all those places. Really excited to be able to look back and kind of watch my journey over the years. Now, 4 languages that I am interested in, but probably will never get around to learning. Number 1, I would say Korean. I'm very interested in Korean. I've always come across Korean people that I've really gotten along with and I really like, and the language seems quite fascinating. It looks really cool when I see it written. Like, Korean people seem so nice. I've looked up stuff about the culture online. Like, I'm very interested in the culture. I'm very interested in the language. Like, it just seems so very fascinating to me. And yet, I'm not 100% sure if I'll ever really get around to learning it, because I just know that the languages that are like on the top of my list, it's going to take me a long time. It's going to take me a good, 20 years or so, probably. And I get it, right? In 20 years, I'll be very young. I'll be 44. Like, that's a long way to go. But it's very hard for me to say at 44, will I actually want to go learn more languages? I don't know, right? Like I've said this before. I might wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? Languages are not really my thing, and I'll change, right? I just know myself, and I change my mind on things. So who knows? It might happen, but I'm doubting it. So that's Korean. Portuguese is another one. I'm very interested because it's so close to Spanish, and I used to actually speak some Portuguese because I was in Brazil for a while, and someone actually taught me a little bit, and I was able to actually function at a very basic level in my Portunhol, is what I call it. So my Portuguese and Spanish combination. So Portuguese is another one. I think a 3rd language is Italian. Might as well tack it on. Like, Italian is definitely one of them. A lot of the Romance languages, like, I don't know if I'll go learn Italian, if I'll go do, like, Portuguese. I don't know if I'll go do, like, Romanian. I don't know if I'm not really sure, right? Like, I might, but I don't think I'll do any of those Romance languages. I don't think I'll do any more. I think another, this is the language family. Actually, let's actually pick one. Swahili is another interesting language, right? Or even just African languages in general. Like, that's a very fascinating area for me, and I go, wow, that would be so interesting to break into that. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I'm ever really gonna get around to doing that. I mean, it would be fascinating. It would be interesting. I would love it. I think I would struggle the same way I really struggled in the beginning with Mandarin because it was so foreign to me. I think African languages would be extremely foreign to me. Like, I know very little, if anything, about any African language. So that is definitely something that I'm interested in. I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing it. Now, I think that was 4, right? That was definitely more than 4, actually. Now we'll do 4 different random facts about me. I should have prepared this in advance, but I didn't really prep. Okay, random fact number 1. Let's do random fact number 1. I've traveled to over 100 cities in over 100 cities. Probably about 110, 115 cities, something in that range, across different countries. I've also traveled, I'll keep this in the same category, I've traveled to roughly about 15 different countries, and I've lived in about, let's see, Canada, France, China, Peru. I've lived in those 4 countries for different periods of time. So Peru, probably I've spent about 2 months in the country total. France, roughly 5-6 months total. China, about 3 months total, right? So in Canada, obviously, born and raised here. So that's one. Let's do random fact number 2. Random fact number 2. It took me an extremely long time to be able to roll my R's. So like, and interestingly, the reason I originally learned was because I was on the bus and people on the bus were going like I was a kid, right? I was younger. And I was like, oh, I wish I could do that. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced and I couldn't get it for years. Gave up for a while. Then I started to learn Spanish in high school and I was like, oh man, this language has that freaking rolled R again. Oh my God, I still haven't figured this out. Practice. It took me like, I would probably say it took me a good, I would say it took me 2 years, a minimum 2 years to be able to really be like, yeah, I can roll my R. Like it was not at all easy for me. It took me quite some time. Also, another random fact, I'll tack this on to like number 2, I guess. Maybe it'll be number 3. When it comes to pronunciation, I took a linguistics class where basically we went through virtually, not every sound, but virtually any sound that can be made in any language. It was really fascinating. However, you know, one of the types of sounds that I really struggled with, I think they were called implosives. So most sounds, when you speak, you're blowing air out of your mouth, right? So you're going like, when you say like pot, there's air going out of your mouth, right? There's different, when you say different sounds, air goes out. Implosive is the opposite. You actually have to not breathe in, but air actually has to go in to create the sound. And I really struggled with those. And a lot of African, going back to what I was saying about African languages, a lot of African languages apparently have implosives. And there was something I really found difficult. And to this day, I could probably, if someone were to teach me again, I could probably say, you know, an implosive passively well, or passively, that's the wrong word. I could probably pass and say it decently well, but not perfectly by any means. On a similar note, one of my favorite sounds are ejectives, which are basically, I'll say a couple for you. It's like sounds like, or like, so basically what you do is you hold your breath, like I'll give you one, like an ejective T, like a, like that. Basically hold your breath and you try and say a T, and you're using the air not from your lungs, but you're using the air from, basically I think it's from here in your throat up. There's a bunch of air that's sort of there, and you're expelling that and not air from your lungs. You're blocking air from your lungs and it's like spitting air out from your mouth. It's very interesting. I love it. I find them very, very, very fascinating. Is that 4 facts? Is that 4 random facts? I think that is 4 random facts. So, hope you guys liked that little 444 video. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for following me and for your attention and watching my videos. And I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.